Good morning, Facebook friends of Montreal. Today it's going to be a message in English only in English, just for today. And it's going to be concerning last week's. I'm a little late on this, but I did it in Greek last week. I'm doing it in English today. International Women's Day was March 8th last week, and this day is celebrated every year on March 8th to honor the women of our lives, sorry, and to acknowledge their strength, their abilities, their accomplishments, and what they offer to the world. And you know what? Yes, let's keep on doing it. Let's keep on doing it, and I will be the first to promote and honor women. Because a world without women is not a world. Women beautify the world, okay? Whether we like it or not. A woman takes a house, she makes it a home. She decorates it, she puts flowers, she puts plants. We can't do it, we're not capable of that. Did you know, people, that 1 in 8 women in the world are gonna suffer from breast cancer at some point in their lives? 1 in 8, okay? 1 in 25 are going to succumb from this disease, 2.5%. How many millions and billions of dollars are raised every year for research for breast cancer? How many billions? It's a big number. And it keeps on going up. Okay? 1 in 5 men will get prostate cancer during the course of their lifetime. The survival rate of that, I'm not sure. I've got to do a little more research. But I will say this, we don't raise nearly, I don't know what percentage of what women do. Nowhere near what women do, raise. All we do is we have November month, which means we all grow a mustache, we raise some money, and that's it. That's it, we're done for the year. It's the best we can do. So the motto, the theme for this year for International Women's Day is invest in women, accelerate progress, because we want to get gender equality. Because gender equality is one of the most effective ways to build healthier, more prosperous, and more inclusive communities. That's the theme of the year for International Women's Day. So, having said that, women have gone through many challenges over the years, and they've come a long way. A long way. When I put gas, okay, in my car, and I look at that pump, and I see 2 cents of this liter is going to research for breast cancer, I say, wow, how far has the woman come? How far? Keep it up, girls. Keep it up. And you know, I used to say Breast Cancer Awareness Week again. I said, every now and then, breast cancer. Yes, yes, yes. Breast Cancer Awareness Week. Let's make it Breast Cancer Awareness Day. Every day, 365 days a year. How much more can we raise? How much more? Can we make it 1 trillion? When I say we, women, you don't need me. You can do it on your own. How much more? Let's do it. Because it's our mothers, it's our sisters, it's our daughters. It hits home. Because a woman is not afraid to go to the doctor when something's wrong. She's not afraid. Us guys, we're cool, we're macho. I got nothing. Honey, go to the doctor. Please, go. Women take care of us. Women take care of the families. Women keep the family together. And sisters and mothers. I've always said it. The glue of my family is my mother and my sister. Said it and I'll keep on saying it. My mother and my sister will never dishonor me to the outside world. They will blast me in public. In private. They will blast me to tell me what I need to know. But when they get outside that door, they will honor me and they will respect me and they will praise me. And I have their back too. They have my back, I have theirs. So, I always said, never underestimate a woman. Never kid yourself to try to be smarter than a woman. Women are smarter than men. Women are smarter than men. Emotionally intelligent, stronger. We have the physical power and the strength, but women are stronger than us. They get things done. They get things done. Breast Cancer Awareness Week. 1 cent, 2 cents of this leader's going there. It's everywhere. That pink ribbon. Bravo. Let's keep it up. I am there for you, girls. I am there. I'll be the spokesman for every woman in the world. I have no qualms. So, as to whether the statement that I just read is true or not, I agree and I disagree. So, women today are in every sphere of the world. They are doctors, they are lawyers, they're accountants, they're actuaries, they are astronauts, they are presidents, they are prime ministers, they're the head of the IMF. Christine Lagarde used to be. Now it's another woman, I don't know her name, but it's a woman again. Bravo. Congratulations, women. Until recently, we weren't able to see you anywhere. And all of a sudden, you're everywhere. And we want you everywhere. We want to see women. You beautify, you get things done. We can't function without you. It's a fact. However, I will say this. All of this, all these presidents and prime ministers and heads of the IMF and La Francophonie, or whatever you want to call it, governor generals, you want to say here in Canada, it wasn't easy to get to that level, needless to say. Sacrifices had to be made. First sacrifice was they had to study. They went to school, they studied, It wasn't easy, but they did it. They had the tools. That was the first sacrifice. They had to go to university, maybe do a PhD or something. Second sacrifice was, unfortunately, that the family was left aside. When I mean family, the priority of raising a family was put a little aside. You got like a second seat, a little back burner kind of thing, back bench. Okay, so the woman, it shows, it's demonstrated in the Western society that now women are, having careers. They're starting families later on in life because it takes some time to study and become that actuary, that accountant, that lawyer, that head of the IMF. And, they reach a point where they're 30, 35, and then they want to start a family. And, of course, it's coming later on in life, and sometimes it's not coming at all because after 30 years old, a woman loses a lot of her fertility. At 35, a lot more. And with the stresses that we have in life, that doesn't help in being able to conceive and procreate and create a family. So having said that, the first sacrifice was the education and the studying, but the biggest sacrifice was the putting it on a second priority, the family, which means that lawyer, again, congratulations. You've proven that you can do whatever a man can do. You've proven it. That's not the question here. That's not the issue. So a woman becomes a lawyer and then she has a kid. Okay, raise it for a year or two. I think even after a year, you can put it in a daycare now. I'm not sure. Let's say it's 2. You raise the first 2 years, I'll use the word dump. Okay, quotations. You dump it to the daycare. So until that kid becomes 5 to go to kindergarten, it is being raised by some strangers, professionals, no less. Women that have early childhood care degrees and they know how to take care of a child and what's safe. But the thing is that it's not their children. It's not their children. A mother knows how to raise her child the best. Nobody else. Nobody else can take that title away from her. Only a mother can raise her child the way it should be raised. So this is done because the lawyer and the accountant and the leader of the IMF have to go back to work. So they can't take too much time off work because they're not paid to stay home. They're getting what, 60% of their salary? It's not enough. The man is working too, and he's helping out. He's a hands-on dad these days, not like our fathers back then. So let's use the word, okay, she takes her kids to the day as of 2 years old, picks them up, whatever, the father picks it up. And then that kid's going to grade kindergarten, is brought up in a different way than we were. So she does that, as I said, because she wants to continue her career. Because that is the most important thing today for a woman. Unfortunately, it's become. Society has pushed her to believe and to think that she has to go, we just mentioned gender equality, because it's the most effective way to build healthier, more prosperous, and more inclusive communities. I disagree. I have to disagree. Because when you are neglecting the family, there's nothing more precious in the world than creating a family. Being able to give birth, getting married, and having that traditional old-fashioned family. That is the beginning of society. The individual and then the family. There's nothing more holy and beautiful than that. But you don't get paid for that, unfortunately. A woman's not going to get paid to change her diapers, the kids' diapers, wash the dishes, clean clothes, sweep, breastfeed, and all that fun stuff. Unfortunately, nobody pays her. She's just getting 60% of her salary. Nobody ever thought of, why don't we compensate these women? Why don't we give them, you want 2 kids, Mrs. Anderson or whatever. You're in childbearing age. You became a lawyer. You became the leader of the IMF, the Francophonie, okay? The World Bank. The leader of the World Bank now, I think, is Christine Lagarde, who used to be the IMF. So, Christine Lagarde, you're 30 years old. You want to start a family, but you're a lawyer, and you're whatever. You are a economist. You want 2 kids. You want 10 years. Now, we're going to pay you 10 years of your life to stay home. You're going to wash, you're going to clean. You're going to wash dishes, you're going to change diapers, you're going to breastfeed, and you're going to do it with a compensation. Yes, you will get paid for that work. And you know what? We're going to give you $100,000 a year. And let's do it net. No gross. $100,000 a year to raise a family. To be a mother, to be a wife. Because you deserve it. Why shouldn't you get paid for the hardest job in the world? But the most pleasant, the holiest, the most sacred. Because you're creating a family. It is yours. You're seeing your kids grow. Little, they go to 5 years old. And then you give them to the kindergarten to take over. To go to school. Because we all have to go to school. You're going to create the most beautiful thing in your life in 10 years. But you're going to get paid for it. Yes, $100,000 a year to stay home. Because now we're not giving it to you. We're not. You're popping out. Sorry, I don't want to use that word. You're conceiving. You're giving birth to a beautiful child with your husband. He's there, and in 2 years you're rushing to put it in that daycare because you got to go back to work. Because it's only there that you feel, unfortunately, compensated monetarily. Yes, but the real compensation is to be a mother. But we've been misconceived over the years that that's not the way to go. Find me one woman that's not going to accept $100,000 a year. And you know what? We can work with those numbers. We can raise them. We got $3 billion to give to Ukraine here without pulling a sweat. You know, whenever Zelensky comes to the parliament, another 650 million. We got the money. We have the money. But we have to see what our priorities are. Do we want to create a society of equality, gender equality, and the woman can reach the sky and we destroy the family? Or do we start building families and let go of a little bit of power? Because as I said, chapeau, hats off to you women. You've done it. You've done it. And you know, right now, 36% of the board of directors of companies are women, and 64% are men. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it that women would be so powerful in the board of directors? Just a few decades ago, it was not even a woman in the board of directors. Wasn't even is that a joke? And yet it has become. And the goal of women and society today is to bring that to equality, because we have to be equal in everything. A man and a woman have to be equal in everything. It can't be. We have to be 50-50 in everything in the world. I can't give birth. I don't have that quality. A woman can. Why do we have to be 50-50 in everything? You're going to reach it. At 2030, you will reach 50% women on the board of directors. You might even go 75 and 100%. Bump us off. But let me tell you this. I was working for a company some 24 years ago. This electronics company here in the West Island, not far from where I live. And a small company. And all the employees in that company, except for me and another guy, were women. I say, wow, nice. 20 women and 2 guys. What a ratio that is. I love it. However, Joanne Tremblay, I remember her name, secretary, great worker, by the way, excellent worker. She would make quotes for me and bring them to me, and they were immaculate. No spelling mistakes, no nothing. Bravo, Joanne. Excellent. She left the company. Before she left the company, she goes to me, Jimmy, you know what the problem with this company is? It's too many women. Women are running the show. This is a woman that's telling me this, ladies and gentlemen. And now they want to go 50-50, 100%. They're going to rip their eyes off. This is a woman that's telling me this. I'm not saying it. So we have to go back to what the role of the man is and what the role of the woman is. And the role of a woman is not to change diapers and clean and cook. No, that's not the role of the woman. The role of a woman is to be a woman. And the role of a man is to be a man and respect each other. That's it. Unfortunately, today, a man wants to be a woman wants to be a man. We're done. We're destroyed. We are finished. It's not about competition here. They say that women today get 80, they're still getting about 70 to 80% of the salaries of the men. I want to see who did this statistic. Because are we taking 10 years of full employment of women and 10 years of full employment of men and comparing? Or are we taking those 10 years and putting 2-3 years maternity leave and she's getting 60% of her salary? Of course, that's going to skew the numbers, isn't it? Let's take 10 years, full employment of a woman, 10 of a man, and compare. Something tells me that we're not going to be equality. Not only are we going to be 50-50, the woman's probably going to be making more money than the man. But a man never came out and said, hey, she's making more money than me. We never said that. No, my wife makes more money than me. That's good. Good. That's good for me too. Good. Let's do it. Let's do it. But at what cost? At what cost? So I was working for another company some 23 years ago, the last company before I got into the corporate world. And whenever they needed to fill a position, they went from within to fill it from within instead of going outside. And they would post it, and there was a salary range, a salary band. And that band, let's say, started from, I don't know, $55,000 on the low end, $70,000 on the high end. I call it a band because you stretch it. It stretches up to a point, 50 to 75, or 55 to 70, let's say. At the low end, it's probably because you didn't have much experience. You're probably going to get the 50. At the high end, you're going to get the 70 or the 75. That job description said you have to have these credentials, this. Nowhere did it say you have to be a man or a woman or black or white, Chinese, blue, orange, purple. Nowhere did it say that. All it said was you had to have these credentials. It didn't say that women are going to make, if you're a woman, you're going to make 50,000, a man's going to make 70. No, nowhere, nowhere. Let the best man or woman win. And that man or woman be black, white, orange, woman, Greek, French, whatever the case. Let the best person win. That was another company that I worked for. So, just to end this in a nice way, because as I said, I love women. I love them. I get along with women many times more than men. I make them laugh. I make them cry. I make them react. Because that is when you have impacted a person, it's when you make them react. You tell them something they need to hear, not what they want to hear. So, on that note, congratulations and bravo to all the women in the world, our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, our grandmothers, or whoever it is, women empowerment. Yes, I'm going to go out to bat for you. I'm the first advocate. Congratulations, women. Where you start, where you have reached in this world. But unfortunately, the family unit has been destroyed. And I'm not laying blame at you, women. I'm laying blame at society and what society thinks we have to be. That we have to be 50-50. No, we are. Of course we're equal. We're human beings. A woman is even better than a man in many ways. A man is better than a woman in other ways. Let's respect each other. And this equality thing, you've got it, of course. Of course you're equal with us. We'll never underestimate a woman. I've said it the first. But let's start playing our roles. Let the woman be a woman. Let the man be a man. And together, how many trillions can we raise, everybody? Have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen as well, if you're hearing this. And happy International Women's Day. And let's make breast cancer awareness every day. 365 days a week. Every day is a breast cancer awareness day. Have a great weekend, everybody. Till next time.